Okay, so today we are diving into a story that is just wild. It's where top secret military missions smash right into the world of high-stakes crypto betting. And trust me, this is a case that has sent some serious shockwaves from the Pentagon, all the way to Capitol Hill.
And when you boil it all down, it comes to this. You've got a decorated soldier, you've got a top secret mission, and you have a bet, a massive $400,000 bet. It's just an unbelievable mix. And there's the exact number right there, $409,881. That's the alleged profit, right? That's the motive. And really, it's the smoking gun in a case that is, well, it's truly the first of its kind. We've never seen anything like this.
All right, so let's get right into it. The guy at the center of all this is a master sergeant named Gannon Ken Van Dyke. And his case, it's literally making history. This isn't your average financial crime, not at all. It is the very first time the U.S. has ever gone after someone for insider trading on what's called a decentralized prediction market. So what is that? Well, you can think of it like a stock market, but for real-world events. You bet yes or no on whether something is going to happen, and the decentralized part just means it's all on the blockchain, totally outside the normal financial system. We are talking brand new, uncharted legal territory here.
And this quote, man, it just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly sums up the whole mess. You have these centuries-old rules of military ethics, this sacred trust, just colliding head-on with this 21st century reality of crypto, where information, even secret information, can be turned into cash in an instant.
So, you gotta be asking, who exactly is this guy at the center of the storm? And what was this mission he supposedly had the secrets to? I mean, a mission so sensitive that it was worth a nearly $500,000 bet. Let's find out.
So meet Master Sergeant Van Dyke. And look, we are not talking about some rookie here. This is an 18-year veteran of the Army Special Forces, a senior enlisted leader, E8, with a top-tier security clearance. His job? He was a communications specialist for JSOC. That's the Joint Special Operations Command. We're talking the absolute elite of the elite. This is a guy who is trusted with the country's most important, most sensitive secrets.
And this was the secret. Operation Absolute Resolve. A massive, super-classified mission to go in and capture the leader of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro. And I mean, look at the scale of this thing. We're talking stealth fighters like the F-22, B-1B bombers, more than 200 special ops forces on the ground. The kind of inside info Van Dyke had access to, the exact timing, the tactics, that stuff is absolutely priceless. Or maybe worth about $400,000.
So the big question is, how on earth did investigators connect this super trusted, high-level soldier to some anonymous account on a crypto platform? Well, it all came down to following the digital breadcrumbs.
Okay, now look at this timeline. The timing is what's just so damning here. The bets from this account, burdensome mix, they line up perfectly with Van Dyke getting access to the mission plans. He joins the planning team, and boom, a couple weeks later, the account is created. Then you see these smaller bets, and then the final all-in bet. It's placed just 5 hours before the mission launches. And at that point, the market thought a raid was a total long shot. That isn't just good luck. For prosecutors, that is the smoking gun, right there.
And for a guy trained in secure communications, Van Dyke apparently made some pretty big mistakes. The biggest one? He registered the Polymarket account with his personal email address. I mean, come on. After he cashed out, sure, he tried to cover his tracks, he asked Polymarket to delete the account, tried to move the money into a foreign crypto vault, but it was too late. That digital trail was already there for investigators to find.
So with a case this new and this weird, how do you even prosecute it? Well, the government is pulling out a surprisingly unique legal tool, and you're not going to believe this, but it gets its name from a classic 80s comedy.
Yep, the Eddie Murphy rule. It's actually named after the plot of the movie Trading Places. The law basically says that government employees can't use non-public information to trade commodities, options, or swaps. And here's the key part. The government is arguing that these prediction market contracts are, for all legal intents and purposes, a type of swap. And if the court agrees, that puts them right under the thumb of this rule.
And as you can see, the charges they've thrown at him are no joke. They're incredibly serious. Van Dyke is facing a whole list of federal counts: violation of the Commodity Exchange Act, wire fraud, theft of government info, the whole 9 yards. If he gets convicted on all this, we are talking about the potential for decades behind bars.
But look, this story is way bigger than just one soldier. This case has blown up into a much larger crisis. It's forcing everyone to radically rethink what national security even means, in this new age of decentralized finance and crypto.
And it's not just an American problem, not by a long shot. Just a few months before this all came out, authorities in Israel arrested an Air Force major for doing almost the exact same thing, using classified intel about military strikes to make a profit on Polymarket. This proves it's a systemic, global problem. It's a huge vulnerability for military OPSEC everywhere.
So, as you can imagine, the reaction back in Washington was fast, and surprisingly bipartisan. You've got this whole flurry of new bills being thrown out there. They're all trying to close what politicians see as a massive, dangerous loophole. They want to ban what some people are calling assassination markets and make it crystal clear that no government official can trade on inside information like this.
Even President Trump weighed in with this pretty controversial comparison, saying Van Dyke was like Pete Rose betting on his own team to win. But, ethics experts are pushing back on that idea, and they're pushing back hard. Their argument is that any financial stake in a mission, it doesn't matter if you're betting for it to succeed or fail, creates this massive conflict of interest. And that conflict could put real lives at risk. So in the end, the case of the Polymarket Soldier has just ripped open a Pandora's box of questions that we're only now starting to grapple with. It really forces us to face this new reality and ask a really critical question. When military secrets can be turned into cold hard cash with just a few clicks, where is the new battlefield? Has it moved from the ground to the digital marketplace?